Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in the Ohio Valley. On episode 26, we're going to talk about potential World of Outlaw rookies in 2025, the Smooth Operator, and the 360 Nationals. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This weekend in racing history, we're going back to August 3rd of 2002 in the Belleville High Banks for the Belleville Midget Nationals and the USAC Midgets, where Dave Darland would get the win, Bobby East would finish in second, and Steve Padden would round out the podium.
Let me talk to you!
This week's talking points, I want to start by talking safety and fuel tanks, something we've kind of touched on before. Obviously, we've discussed this. It's never going to be perfect. We just got to keep trying to make it better. Brendan Spithall overtake a nasty spill during the high limit race at Lernerville, and in the process, catapult his fuel tank from the car. We've talked about this in the past a bit. I've seen people say it needs to be secured better to the car, but I've also seen people say that they don't want it anywhere near the car. Obviously, the latter is not safe for everyone. I understand the driver probably wouldn't want the fuel tank there, especially if there's some kind of an issue, but the fact that it could end up in the stands is definitely not the solution there. Roughly 10 pounds a gallon, not including the weight of the tank, and the fact that it's flammable. I think the best way is to try to figure out a way to secure the tank, and encasing that fuel is needed. I don't know if this stuff is possible, but I mentioned in the past attaching some kind of trigger mechanism either to the tank or inside the tank, outside of the bladder, if that's something that would still be used, that activates the fire suppression. I know the fire suppression is a topic of note because it doesn't seem like that's been ironed out either. A lot of things to work on as far as safety is concerned. I know I don't have all the answers. But as always, safety should be everyone's priority before something tragic prompts it to happen. Corey Day's running 3 ARCA races for Hendrick Motorsports this season. The rumor was making its way around Eldora before the Kings Royal. It was going around in kind of a, you didn't hear it from me, don't say anything kind of pretense. But Dave was going to run Salem, Bristol, and Kansas with ARCA this year. Salem, obviously, that already occurred. He was running in second, and an accident took him out of the race. My guess is if all these races go well, now obviously getting taken out, but hey, getting up to second place is nothing to shake a hat at, especially for your first ARCA race. I'd say the chances of seeing Corey Day at the dirt track in 2025 are going to be a lot slimmer than they are right now. Interesting thought on this is, should Day help secure a charter for the 14 sprint car, but leave for pavement? How much easier does it make for the team to lock up a good driver knowing they have the charter with high limit? There's also a video circulating of Robert Ballou talking during a track meeting regarding a weight issue that has been a topic. I listened to what Robert had to say, and I can't disagree with it. I think the way he presented it was good, and the fact that he was just saying, like, this ain't right and it needs addressed. I didn't think anything he was saying was out of line, and I can't disagree with him. And the funny thing is, there's never been really any kind of mention about what took place. So we've said it before, we said it again on topics like this. In this day and age, this stuff doesn't go away. You're better to get ahead of it and to address it and to deal with it than trying to sweep it under the rug, because that's just not going to work. So bravo to Ballou for standing up what he believes in. And finally, Johnny Gibson posted it's way too early and it could fall apart in the next 7 months, but as of July 26th of 2024, it looks like they could have 5 new contenders for the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Rookie of the Year Kevin Goldbrick Award in 2025. I don't know that I've thought that far ahead. We're just getting past the halfway point. I wonder who these 5 would be. I wonder if it's anybody coming over from high limit. I'm curious to see what the World of Outlaws do in attempting to expand further their platinum members for their full-time teams in 2025.
Want to give a shout out to Victory Fuel. From Throttle Punch to Lucky Lemon. Both flavors are dynamite. 12 packs and 4 packs and even some cool merchandise as well. Go to drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save. drinkvictory.com and use the code Gestures10 at checkout to save.
Acknowledge me.
This week's race recap, starting with July 22nd, Davenport Speedway in the XR Super Series. Tyler Erb would get the win. Hudson O'Neal would finish in second, and the smooth operator Bobby Pierce from 22nd to 3rd. It's not going to be the last time you hear Bobby Pierce moving like that. July 23rd, Davenport Speedway XR Super Series was rained out. Lernerville had the Silver Cup with High Limit, where Rico Abreu would get the win. Brad Sweet in second, and Corey Day in third. July 24th at BAPS, the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. James McFadden with the win, David Gravel in second, and Sheldon Hodenshield in third. Fairbury would have Flow Racing Night in America. Ricky Thornton Jr. from 15th to the win. Shannon Babb in second, and Ryan Gustin in third. What a battle in the last few laps between Shannon Babb and RTJ. Good, clean racing there by them boys. July 25th, Toccoa Raceway. And the Southern Nationals with late models was rained out, and they had a tough start. I believe they were rained out the night before as well. So glad they were able to get some racing in. July 26th, Attica AFCS 410s. Caleb Henry with the win, Cap Henry in second, and DJ Foose would round out the podium. AFCS 305s, Jamie Miller with the win, Brian Sabato in second, and Dustin Stroop in third. Late models had Kyle Moore get the victory, Michael Borez in second, and Rusty Schlenk in third. Lincoln Park had Indiana Sprint Week. Night number 1, USAC Sprints, 57 entries, the largest in 20 years. Hell yeah, congratulations there. Cale Drake would go through the billboards and won and end up in the parking lot. We always talk about safety. We talked about it before. We're going to talk about it again. We're going to talk about it till the end. How is it possible? Did you go through the fence and end up in the parking lot? I don't know if he hit the truck that he was found next to, but somebody's truck was close by. Just things like this that we have to get fixed. Towards the end of the race, a bad fire would occur in Stevie Sussex' car. The fire was put out as quick, I think, as it could have been, honestly, because it was quick. I mean, the car hadn't stopped, and it was bad. And Sussex jumped out, and he was able to walked to the ambulance, but was later admitted to the hospital. Had some burns on his right arm, I believe, and both of his legs. Just glad it wasn't any worse than that. Logan Seavey comes away with the win at Lincoln Park, and man, was Lincoln Park drunk this night. It was just a wild night there in Indiana, but Logan Seavey gets the win. Kyle Cummins in second, and Briggs Danner would round out the podium. Arrowhead Speedway in the Extreme Midgets. And Ryan Timms sets a new track record of 13.617, 13.617 on the 3rd mile oval at Arrowhead Speedway. But the feature would belong to Cannon McIntosh. Cannon McIntosh gets the win. Ryan Timms would finish in second. Hayden Rivenbold would finish in third. Moving to Fairbury and the World of Outlaw Late Models. Feature number 1, Ryan Gustin gets the win, Nick Hoffman in second, and McKay Winger in third. Feature number 2, Brandon Shepard gets the win, Brian Shirley in second, and Tim McCready in third. Feature number 3, Mike Muller gets the win, Dalton Wilson in second, and Austin Smith in third. Feature number 4, Jason Fager gets the win, Chris Simpson in second, and Tyler Bruning would round out the podium. Moving to I-96 and GLSS, where Jason Blond would get his first GLSS win, Ryan Rule in second, and Keith Sheffer Jr. in third. Jackson County had steel block late models where Corey Delancey would get the win. Daniel Hill would finish in second, and Matt Melvin in third. Lakeside had the Power Eye 410s, and Ayrton Jennington gets the victory. Austin McCarlow in second, and Brian Brown in third. Limeland hosts his championship night, probably the first track to shut it down for the 2024 season. In the modifieds, Dylan Woodland gets the win. Randy Garreau in second, and Jeff Kaz in third. Stocks, Craig Dipman would get the win. Todd Sherman in second, and Tony Anderson in third. And in the trucks, Raleigh Hayter would get the win. Joey Hayter in second, and Mike Grigsby in third. Mueller in the battle for the belt, $1,000 to win for compacts. Brandon Gibson Jr. gets the win. Kevin McCoy in second, and Randy Wise would finish in third. Sportsman's there as well. Eric Shepard Jr. with the win. Tom Pribble in second, and Joshua Tidwell would round out the podium. IMCA 305's Rod Hennings with the win. Justin Clark in second, and Chris Miller would round out the podium. Raceway 7 and the Rush Late Models. Braden Santee with the win. Mike Wonderling in second, and Corey Sines in third. Rush Sportsman Mods as well. Chaz Wolbert with the win. Rob Krasinski in second, and Karsten King in third. UMP Modifieds Dave Hess Jr. would get the win. Bud Watson in second, and Nate Young in third. Williams Grove had the Morgan Cup and the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, and TJ Stutz would get the fans on their feet. He was just too much and gets his first World of Outlaw victory. TJ Stutz with the win. David Gravel in second, and Carson Macedo in third. July 27th, Atomic and the Steel Block Late Models. Zach Milby would get the win. Matt Melvin in second, and Brad Rickles in third. Also had the Brock Cheney Memorial for the Modifieds, $2,099 to win. Casey Burdett would get the victory. Jesse Weiscover in second, and Kenny Johnson in third. Fremont had AFCS 410, where Cale Thomas would get the victory. Caleb Henry finished in second, and Trey Jacobs in third. AFCS 305's Brian Sabeto gets the win. Jimmy McGrath in second, and Dustin Stroop in third. And Trucks, Steve Miller gets the win. Sean Delaney in second, and Bradley Stuckey would round out the podium there. Tyler County and the Bud Weigel Memorial Late Models. Travis Brown gets the win. Josh Tonkin in second, and Michael Dirtsky in third. Modifieds, Doug Carson would get the win. Sean Jett in second, and Cody Brightwell in third. Goods Raceway had junior sprints where Zach Dials would get the win. Mod Lights, Shane Meadows with the win. Sportsman Classic, Ryan Johnston with the win. 270 Micros, Race Jacobs with the win. Sports Mods, Wyatt Glass with the win. And in the mini stocks, Devin Hayfleet would get the win. Florence had their dollar days, and the Ohio Thunder Race Savers. Carson Dillon with the win. Jacob Stickle in second, and William Baldwin in third. And our neighbor from up the road, Roman Gephardt, with a nice 7th place finish. Fairbury and the Prairie Dirt Classic, the World of Outlaw Late Models, 100 laps and a trip to the bank. Bobby Pierce would come from 24th to 4th, but unfortunately spun out. So he just decided to go from 19th to the win. Good battle there at the end. Bobby Pierce gets Nick Hoffman and gets the checkered flag and the check for $50,000. The smooth operator, Bobby Pierce. If you guys didn't catch this, go back and watch the replay on the World of Outlaws YouTube. I mean, you could tell. And if you check anybody's social media that was there, they could tell you how wild it was in the stands. You can even hear the announcers. I mean, what a race. Bobby Pierce doesn't give up, and he gets the Prairie Dirt Classic victory. Congratulations to Bobby Pierce. We're also going to give Bobby Pierce our chicken dinner this week. I don't know how you don't in that instance. 24th to 4th, and then 19th to the win. Congratulations to Bobby Pierce. Moving to Kokomo and Indiana Sprint Week at night number 2, the USAC Sprint Cars, 52 cars on hand. Kyle Cummins and Logan Seavey side by side in 3 and 4, but Kyle Cummins would pull out the victory. Kyle Cummins in first, Logan Seavey in second, and Brady Bacon in third. Mud Lake Valley, $2,000 to win for late models. Kenneth Howell with the win. Derek Fisher in second, and Clint Keenan in third. $1,000 to win for the modifieds, where Jimmy Lennox would take the victory. Mason Ballou in second, and Dallas Pickleheimer in third. Portsmouth had late models, and Kenny Christie would get the win. Brandon Faust in second, and Shannon Thornsberry in third. Sharon had the Bill Carilla Memorial, and $4,000 to win for the 410 sprint cars. Dale Blaney would get the win. The low rider wasn't low riding. He went up top to get the victory. Cole Duncan in second, and Greg Wilson. If it wasn't for Bobby Pierce, Greg Wilson might have won a chicken dinner from 16th to 3rd. Williams Grove in the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, David Gravel gets his 100th World of Outlaw Sprint Car victory. Congratulations to David Gravel. He just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it well. David Gravel with the win, Donnie Schatz in second, and Brent Marks in third. Wayne County had fast where Leighton Wagner would win his first 410 sprint car race. Zane DeVault in second, and Brandon Spithaller in third. Late models had Kyle Moore with the victory, Mike Borez in second, and Eric Wilson in third. The modifieds and the king of the county, Nate Young would get the win, Casey Butler in second, and Jimmy Humphrey in third. Waynesfield had GLSS, and they also were honoring 360 sprint car drivers as well, a show that I think will return, and we'll touch on that later. Casey Genderzak gets the win, Dustin Daggett in second, and Max Stanball in third. In the modifieds, Jeff Kaz gets the win, Dylan Woodling in second, and Matt Hamilton would finish in third. Shout out to the Jedi Jerry Bowersock with a nice fourth place finish, and our guy Jared Clay coming in sixth. And today, as we're recording this July 28th, Lawrenceburg is going to have Indiana Spring Week night number 3 with USAC sprints. Tri-City Raceway Park's going to have fast. And Weed Sport is going to have the World of Outlaw sprint cars.
WoO!
This week's View from the Valley, I want to talk about Skyline Speedway. They put out a post due to numerous events scheduled in their region in the next 2 weeks, as well as the county fair. They made the decision to go ahead and postpone Saturday, July 27th and Friday, August 2nd shows. And they'll be restructuring their remaining racing schedule. Skyline's trying not to step on anybody's toes, and they understand there could be conflicts with that as well as the fair. So they're going to kind of realign their schedule, which makes sense in hopes of not conflicting with anything. Obviously, so they can get fans in the stands. So I don't think that's a bad thing. Hopefully next year, maybe try to work, like we always say, if tracks can work together, it kind of makes it easier for everybody. So maybe everybody can work together as far as scheduling and try not to step on toes. And obviously keeping in mind that the county fair should be out prior to any race scheduling coming out. Waynesfield honored the local 360 drivers' lost bonus money for their July 27th, 2024 show. They were honoring Tim Allison, Jimmy Johnston, Steve Lieber, Bob Carmen, John Hawk, and Travis Miller. They had GLSS modifieds, compacts, and dirt trucks on hand. Seemed like there was a lot of support from others in terms of bonus money, and I'm not going to be surprised if this race returns in 2025.
I'm the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. I'm funky like a monkey. Sky's the limit and space is the...
Series, teams, drivers, tracks, dirt media. This is your time, and this is your spotlight. The spotlight is on, and this week's spotlight is on the 360 Nationals at Knoxville. August 1st through the 3rd of 2024, the 360 Nationals first started in 1991, and not long after, ASCS would join in sanctioning this event. David Hesmer would pick up the inaugural win. Shane Stewart and Terry McCarl both shared the title for the most wins with 5 each, and Brian Brown will be looking to defend his 2023 title. Saturday's feature is going to put $20,000 on the line to win, and a total purse of $152,000. 98 cars are already pre-entered. We'll see if Brian Brown can take the 360 Nationals once again.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers.
Racing to come July 29th, Wilmot in the World of Outlaw late models. July 30th, the Autodrome Granby in Canada with the Short Track Super Series and Big Block Modifieds. July 31st, Circle City is going to have Indiana Sprint Week night number 4 with the USAC Sprint Cars. August 1st, Cedar Lake and the USA Nationals night number 1 with the World of Outlaw late models. Knoxville and the 360 Nationals with ASCS. Terre Haute, Indiana Sprint Week night number 5 and USAC Sprints. August 2nd. Bloomington, Indiana Sprint Week night number 6 with USAC Sprints, Cedar Lake, and USA Nationals night number 2 with World of Outlaw late models. Duck River Raceway Park will have Hunt the Front. I-55 and the prelude to the Ironman with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, as well as Power Eye and Extreme Midgets. Hattiesburg Speedway with USCS, Hilltops running, Knoxville and the 360 Nationals. Night number 2 with ASCS, Limeland season finale with modified stocks and trucks. Moeller with USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets and IMCA 305s, as well as USMPA Sport Mods. Ohio Valley Speedway is going to have late models and modifieds. Tri-State Outlaw Street Stocks on hand as well. Raceway 7 is running. Tri-City Motor Speedway is going to have GLSS, GLTS, and GLLS. August 3rd, Cedar Lake and USA Nationals night number 3 with the World of Outlaw late models. Tri-State Speedway, Indiana Sprint Speed Week, night number 7 with USAC Sprints. Knoxville and the final night for the 360 Nationals with the ASCS. Fremont and the AFCS for 10s, non-wing sprints, and trucks. Lawrenceburg's Night of Destruction, they're going to have school bus races as well as monster trucks. Duck River Raceway Park with Hunt the Front. Eldora's going to have GLSS and a family night. I-55 and the Ironman 55 with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, as well as Power Eye and Extreme Midgets. Goods Raceway is running. Hattiesburg Speedway is going to have USCS. Mudlick Valley is going to have the Steel Block late models and modifieds. Muskingum County is going to have the Lewis Morosco Sprint Special with 410 sprints. Norton Raceway Park is going to have late models. Portsmouth Raceway Park is going to have $3,000 to win for modifieds. Sharon's going to have the Steel Valley Thunder Big Block mods, as well as 410 sprints. Wayne County is going to have their Fast 5 show. And August 4th, Knoxville and the Capitini Classic. As always, this card is subject to change. That wraps up this week's episode. We'll just have to keep moving towards the front, one lap at a time. Thanks for listening to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a shout out. Let your friends know on X and YouTube as well at Dirt Court Jester. And we hope to see you guys at the track.